Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Vanessa Paloma Bajarnik. Here's a quick look at the top trending international news stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. Tributes continue to pour in from around the world for footballer Pele. The soccer legend died at the age of 82 in a Brazilian hospital. Football stars Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi both posted tweets honoring Pele. FIFA sent a tweet calling Pele O Eterno Rey, the Eternal King. NASA posted a tribute calling him King of the Beautiful Game. Then it shared an image of a green, yellow, and blue spiral galaxy, the colors of the national flag of Brazil. Search and rescue operations continue in Cambodia. A fire swept through a casino, killing more than 30 people. Emergency crews are back in the burned-out building looking for dozens of people who are still missing. Witnesses say some of the victims jumped to their deaths in an attempt to escape the fire. And some people were trapped in their hotel rooms as flames tore through the building. At least 70 people were injured in the blaze. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Several NGOs have suspended operations in Afghanistan. The suspended operations after the Taliban banned women from working at the organizations. Critics say the decision could cripple humanitarian efforts in the region. $28.3 million people in Afghanistan will likely require humanitarian aid in 2023. But the NGO ban could push families even further into poverty. The Red Cross said 1/3 of its paid workers in Afghanistan are women. Now the ban leaves the country's health system in doubt. The UN says it has called directly on the Taliban to reverse the ban on female NGO workers. But hope in Afghanistan is dwindling as the Taliban continues to chip away at the rights and freedoms of women. In the first 20 days of December, Chinese health authorities publicly reported less than 63,000 COVID cases. But reports from Bloomberg and the Financial Times said that leaked documents from China's top officials showed very different internal estimates. It showed that almost 250 million people may have caught COVID in the first 20 days. CNN cannot independently confirm those numbers. But if they are correct, it would mean this is the largest COVID outbreak to date globally. But again, that information was not made public, and China has only reported a small handful of COVID deaths for the whole month. However, officials say they will now rename COVID as an infection instead of pneumonia. But the country's National Health Commission announced it will no longer publish daily case numbers. British fashion designer Vivienne Westwood has died at the age of 81. A statement from her company said she died surrounded by family at her home in London. She started making clothes for herself as a teenager. Then in the 1970s, she started a creative partnership with Malcolm McLaren, the manager of the Sex Pistols. Their shop in London brought the punk rock style to the mainstream and changed the way people looked. In 1981, Westwood launched her first collection. And in 1992, she received her Order of the British Empire from Queen Elizabeth II. Diplomatic tensions between Peru and Mexico continue to rise. The Mexican government granted asylum to the wife and 2 children of ousted Peruvian President Pedro Castillo. Castillo was impeached by Peru's Congress after he tried to dissolve it. Peru's new government is furious about Mexico's public support of Castillo. Officials also ordered the Mexican ambassador to Peru to leave the country, declaring him unwelcome. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky gave his annual address to the Ukrainian parliament this week. He said the war in his country has strengthened Europe's unity, and that no one in the West is afraid and will ever be afraid of Russia. Zelensky also thanked Ukrainian servicemen. He called them heroes. During his address, he also honored the commander of the HIMARS battery. The commander asked Zelensky to give a special award to U.S. President Joe Biden during his trip to Washington, D.C. In return, Biden gave the commander a command coin, a special symbol from Biden and the United States. Sign1News will be broadcasting international news updates every Sunday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to the world, 2023.